Hi Kiwi! Alright, we are back at Fury, and today I'm going to be doing something very different. We're finally going to do Furier mode. Take down all the Guardians in one run. Try to finish them off as fast as you can. So, I figured rather than doing the full story mode again, I'm just going to play Furier mode on speedrun mode. That way I can fight all the bosses kind of all in a row and kind of skip the little bit of the slow palate cleanser with the dialogue that we've already seen. So it's going to be nothing but action. Hopefully I don't burn out too quickly rather. So these episodes are going to be a little weird. I'm actually recording in a hotel right now, so if the audio is a little bit off, I apologize. From what I can see based on the audio testing, that shouldn't be the case. But if there is any audio inconsistency, or especially if there's a little bit of background noise, I turned off the AC, and I am recording at like, what is it now, 4 a.m.? So humans probably won't be an issue, but I definitely, when they're awake, things get a little bit rowdier. So what am I doing recording at 4 a.m.? So as you know, work takes me kind of all over the place, and I'm scheduled for an overnight shift. So I am trying to reset my sleep schedule in anticipation of that. So I did have work. I don't know if I should count it as today or yesterday. Basically, you're gonna run back to your cell and beg me to lock you up again. In the last 12 hours, I did have work, and basically my plan was, once I got home from work, which unfortunately I stayed super late, so this didn't work quite as well. Oops, as I had hoped. Oh, it's a boomerang. Darn it. Basically, I got home, I think, at like 7 or 8. No, I got home at 9. It was just, I was supposed to get out at 6, and they kept me till 9. It was unfortunate, especially given what I'm trying to do right now. Alright.
See, even your fucked up breed can bleed. I'm gonna train you like a pig.
Huh, I didn't know he cursed like that. Okay, well, we're 2 minutes in. Hopefully the YouTube censors don't get angry at us for that one. Not that it really matters, does it? I'm not monetizing these. Anyway, so okay, I dodged it this time, and now I know it boomerangs. Anyway, focusing. So basically, what happened was, for whatever the reason, I ended up having to stay really late for work, and I got out at 9. My plan had been to get out at like 7, like usual, even though I finish at 6 typically. But paperwork. It's just like, it seems like no matter where you work, paperwork is just the end of your life. It's the worst part of every job. Doesn't matter what profession you're in, it seems like everyone has to deal with mountains of icky, frustratingly useless paperwork. It's not useless, but you know, it's tiring, and there's probably a way that could make it more streamlined, but I digress. Anyway, so the plan was to go to bed when I got back, and so I did. I ate a huge dinner so I'd get food coma and then pass out in bed, and I slept until 4. So I slept from like 9 to 4, which gives me a good 5 hours of sleep, and now I'm intending to not sleep until like noon, because my overnight shift starts at 10 p.m. So I figure I'll probably exercise or like try to physically exhaust myself and eat well. So eat well enough. And I guess I didn't actually go to bed at 9. I got about 4 hours of sleep, so that means I went to bed about midnight. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I've never had to do this before. Usually if I had an overnight, it was against my will, not because of a choice. So basically my idea here is I'm going to take my sleep schedule and, like a stick, just snap it over the back of my knee. And I don't think it's going to work out the way I want it to, but I'm trying. Anyway, so I'm on 4 hours of sleep right now. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to go to bed in like 8 hours. So that I hopefully can sleep from, my goal is to sleep from about noon to 8 p.m. And that will hopefully keep me rested enough that my overnight shift doesn't completely wipe me out, despite everything I'm doing to make it the case, I suppose. So it's just gonna be me and this quiet hotel room for the next however many hours it is, but I figured this will be a good way to like definitely keep me awake, the hype and excitement of a boss gauntlet that requires precision timing and focus. And yeah, so here we are. I am probably going to deteriorate into a sleep-deprived mess over the course of this episode, and hopefully the commentary doesn't fall too short because I'm focusing on dodging and timing things properly. But we'll see. Also, if anyone else is tuning in, this is definitely a game I highly recommend. It is such a blast if you like kind of the minimal mechanic but very tight, well-designed boss fight gauntlet sort of thing that this offers. Definitely check it out.
There's no way you can defeat me.
It's hard though. It's honestly pretty darn hard. And I mean, this is the first boss, and he's KO'd us once. Like, okay, I see what we're doing here. So I need to thread the needle and shoot the breakable orbs in between. It's funny. This kind of reminds me of Nier Automata almost, in that I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure Fury came out before Nier Automata. Is that the case, actually? I think in my personal experience, I played... You know, it would be great if I actually shot the breakable orbs. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. Just need to angle a little bit better. Nier Automata, I think I played before this, so I don't actually know which one came out first. Wow, that was really messy. That was entirely my fault. If I just aimed a little bit better, it'd be fine. So I'll try and... I just need to focus on getting the better angle here. Okay. Redo. I guess the other question is, do I do the charge shot to break more orbs at once? But I don't... Nah, it looks like it hits... It's too big. It hits the unbreakable orbs. Okay. Positioning's a lot better here. Just need to focus on maybe staying towards the center because it's a little bit easier to angle my shot. So just... Yeah, okay. I've got the groove now. This is fine. Anyway, so... What was I saying? Oh goodness, my brain has fried. Right. So in Nier Automata, they have a similar mechanic. They have a similar mechanic where there are orbs that you can shoot with your gun that are destructible, and those that are indestructible, and you have to focus on dodging. All right, final close call artist. Can we do this?
I'm gonna kill you.
No, you're not. I'm gonna kill you. Just focus on dodging, it looks like, because this is the sort of desperation move where they're completely invulnerable. Well, I thought I could sneak in a cheeky attack, but no, it's a dodge gauntlet sort of thing. All right, and that should be it. Now we just have to attack him like normal. Okay. Looks like he dies in very few hits, so this should be it. Yep, he dodged. 1, 2, and 3. Pew. All right, good fight. So, all right. I think we immediately go on to the next one. So this is how speedrun mode works. As soon as you finish one boss, you're on to the next one. Now, as far as this boss goes, one important thing I have to keep in mind, is that these little squares on the ground actually kite her over, and while she gets really mad at the squares for some reason, and there are 4 of them, as well as little things that if you hit on the walls, will cause her to like attack them and focus on them rather than anything else. So I think I accidentally hit that one in the background there, which is why she went over there. Unfortunately, that does mean I wasted the right square. Oh, apparently we hit that one too. Like, I'm not even realizing that I'm hitting them, but yeah, that's a nifty little strategy that you can use to make some of her phases a lot easier. She doesn't have them in all phases, but she does have them in the first and a couple of the other ones later on. And you can use them to your advantage. Anyway, yeah, so this one... If I were to talk about which bosses I like, the first boss was called the Chain. He doesn't really stand out to me that much. I think his design is kind of cool, how he has like rotating face masks, but I feel like that's an overdone trope. I've seen it done a number of times. I mean, it's probably based on the theater masks. You know, that classic symbol of theater that has like the happy mask and the crying mask. He just has all the angry masks, the various from what I would presume Oni masks, like Japanese demon masks. The strap is another one that I don't particularly enjoy. So let me rephrase this. Let me recontextualize this. I think every single boss in this game is fantastic and a lot of fun. But if I'm talking about preferences, the first 2 are not among my favorite. I guess who is I mean, the Edge is easily my favorite. The Edge is the samurai guy. We'll be fighting probably in a couple episodes at the rate I'm going here. If one boss is taking in between 5 and 10 minutes. We'll probably get the first 3 done in this episode then, is my guess. Hopefully no deaths, we'll see. Oof. Oh, well, speaking of deaths. Unfortunate. These little cutscenes where they just gloat over you when you die are kind of funny to me. Anyway, one strategy that's very important, I find, is that you get a lot of extra damage just using your laser, your like fast rapid shot laser. Oh, that was some fancy parrying. Okay, good to know. Those penetrate the wall, so I shouldn't expect that it's not going to hit me. I thought I could cheese her and then safe spot through the wall. But, you know, maybe what I'll do is I'll make like a proper little tier list of like what I think is my favorite boss here. So the first two bosses, I think the Chain is a great tutorial boss. He forces you to learn pretty much all of the core mechanics, and he kind of iterates on them even in the Furier fight. Because there was a section where I was forced to use my fully charged projectile to damage him. Not that that was only for like a couple moments, like otherwise I could go back to sword slashing and projectiling him like standard, but, you know, it's... Okay, I can parry that. I don't know why I'm going for such a long distance fight. I feel like I'm going to lose this, but oh hey, I guess that helps. Alright, I'm going to charge up my sword. So, did I get hit there? I'm not sure what happened there, but did she take the... I'm very confused as to what happened. Oh well. I'm flubbing this fight a little bit, so I'm gonna try and focus a little bit better and actually beat her. But I don't think a long distance fight is the right way to do it. And it looks like the little bell that called her over didn't respawn, so unfortunately I'm down that potential benefit. Alright, I need to reposition altogether. I could probably use the floor call, like the squares in the upper left and upper right, or the upper at 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock, let's say. I don't know if I really want to. Like I can probably beat this without assistance. Maybe I'll use them if things get a little sketchier, but I mean, or we just walk over it by accident and trigger it anyway. Never mind. What am I gonna do? This is fine. We got her. All right. So here's a nifty little trick that I've seen speedrunners use in this game, is if you time your 4-hit combo, if you hit them with the 4th hit going into this close quarters combat, it will knock them on the ground, even though it won't actually deal any damage to them in this section. But that does give you enough time to fully charge your your enhanced slash, like the thing where I take the fancy position and start glowing orange. And if you get a hit with that move, it will basically do half their HP, and plus I got a fully charged like charge slash there too, which made it do even more damage. Nope. Okay. 1 second. Oh, goodbye. I didn't realize I could fall off there. I guess I only fall, like I can walk into that with it being an invisible wall, but I guess if I dash or get smacked, I'll fall off. Well, that's unnecessary bonus damage. I can probably parry that, I bet. That's a laser, isn't it? Yep, okay. And that didn't break the wall, interestingly enough. I guess if the walls have pre-existing damage, it may be a number of hits rather than a single hit that causes that. The laser only hits once. That's gonna be my assumption, but man, I'm slow on these parries. Hey, look, I dodged a laser, Kiwi. Aren't you proud of me? Anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? I have completely lost my train of thought. I am sorry. Oh, hold on. Oh dear, laser. Okay, we're good. Get some slashes back here. Charge up my strong slash. Get behind her. And, okay. She's probably one more combo and we win. And she's going to give it to us for free. Okay, thank you. That was a little close, but now we have all our HP bars back, which is great. Now I just focus on... okay, good thing she can still hit me through that wall, so I can parry it, I guess. Oh, okay, these regenerating walls are really messing with my brain. Hold on. Let's reposition a little bit. Okay, yeah, see, that wall took 2 hits, so I guess that's why the orange orbs broke it, is because it was a bunch of hits all at once, so it only blocked like 3 hits. Good to know. It doesn't look like my rapid fire hits really break this. Oh. Okay, I remember that. I remember that from my first attempt against the Bernard. It is her pattern where she uses 3 shockwaves, and the 3rd one you need to like charge your dash to get over. Some easy parries and more damage. Anyway, focusing on the conversation. So what was I gonna? Right. So my overnight shift starts at 10 p.m. today. So my hotel, thankfully, is actually within walking distance of the place I'm working. I mean, it's a 40-minute walk, but for me, I'm kind of used to walking those sorts of long distances. Back in undergrad, the parking lot that I had to park in, the buses that took you to the parking lot, the parking lot was like an 8-minute bus ride or a 40-minute walk from the main area of campus. So I got very used to, particularly overnight, when the buses that took you to that parking lot stopped running after like 10 p.m. I would have to walk because I couldn't park on campus. I didn't have a parking pass. And honestly, I was supposed to have a parking pass for that parking lot too, but it was never enforced and everyone knew it. So I would just park there for free rather than spending like hundreds of dollars on a parking pass I wasn't about to use, you know? Anyway, I digress. So like I very often got used to walking really long distances at night, but I think a college campus versus a relatively populated, not quite city, but maybe city adjacent area, probably not the smartest idea. So I'm definitely going to be driving, but it's fun to know that if I wanted to, I could walk. And I'll probably honestly do that walk once it's a little bit closer to daytime. Like once it's the 8 to 10 a.m. range before I go to sleep, I might just do that walk to see what it's like. Who knows what I'll find, but I know at least I've got a couple hours before I go doing that, because again, I don't want to go wandering in the middle of the night. I mean, I do that in our neighborhood sometimes, and I'm worried that I have absolutely like freaked some people out because I'm just wandering the streets of town at like midnight, just pondering the intricacies of life and where I am in mine. I particularly did that a lot, Kiwi, when your mom first got sick. I think I was so burnt out from spending so much time at the hospital, and I think we both were, honestly. I mean, that's not a surprise to either of us. But I would just like to like de-stress because I couldn't sleep. I was too like stressed to like sleep properly. I would go out at night and wander the streets at like somewhere in the 12 to 2 a.m. range. And I'm sure there were some random people who saw me like, who is this weird dude just walking down? Oh, okay. I think I can probably parry that, but I don't know the timing yet. All right, I guess we're doing this phase again. Would you kindly let me go, ma'am? So she wanders off, and then I have to kind of wait for her to choose to attack me, I guess. You can parry, and your parry always faces you towards the boss, so you know where she is relative to you, so I can kind of use it like a homing beacon. Maybe if I step on that square, hold on. Will that kite her over here? Doesn't look it. How'd she end up all the way down there? She's like going a full, there she is, okay. Can I parry this? No, I think it's just a animation I have to live through. Okay. Maybe you can and I just timed it wrong, but we'll see. Alright. She's such a screechy lady. Okay, good. So these floor panels still work. I figure I'll use them since I already kind of got to her CQC, so I know what this is about. Save me a little bit of time. Only if she's kind of running out of way, though. You know, a well-timed parry in this game can feel so fancy sometimes. Alright, come to me, and then let's just beam you down. So yeah, basically the strategy is you want to get as many laser hits as you can, but not so many that you can't then get your sword swipes, because they all... It's basically... You need to figure out how to maximize your damage. I'm going to charge this up. Alright, can I parry this is the question. Oh, well, I tried to dodge instead of parrying, so the answer is no. Oh, geez, did that do 4 bars of damage, or did I already have some damage? I think that probably only did 2. It's fine if I... Oh, she delayed her hit. Those delayed hits get me very often. I think the trick to that, though, is you just have to listen. If you listen, or focus on when the white flash happens, both are the best ways to tell when the attack is coming. Alright, what is next? What are you going to do next? Oh, give me a free hit? Thanks. What bam. Alright, Kiwi, final phase. Here we go. A little bit... Her movements are definitely intended to be some degree of unnatural, but that doesn't stop them from being some degree of unsettling. I do feel a little bit bad for her here, though, because presumably I think what happened was she was trying to jump out of her barrier and just get slammed into the ground instead, and now she's just raging about it. Alright, so I don't know if keeping a distance is the right shot here, but I think it is, because then I can shoot those pink orbs that are homing at me and dash through the orange ones, or just strafe through them, honestly. Like, look at that. Look at this fancy footwork. All bets are off when the lasers start happening, though, Kiwi. We know what I'm good at, and we know what I'm not good at. Alright, so... Alright, still can't damage her, but it is fun to just try and shoot her. Ooh, okay, well, like I said, we know what I am good at, and we know what I am not good at, and that is lasers and shockwaves, and we have both, so... I think I just have to dash to the side, and then dash inwards, and then dash to the side, and then constantly kind of position myself a little bit further out. Oh, I got clipped by that laser. Alright, is that it? I think that's it. Okay, that's honestly not a very difficult desperation move, but it has left us with relatively lower HP. Oh, well, if I get hit here, that's going to be a problem. This is probably just a focus on dodging sort of thing. But she's probably gonna do something else. This is a little bit too easy. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got her. Okay, clean. All right, Kiwi. That's boss number 2, the strap down. Only took us 12 minutes. So the time it takes to do these things is definitely ramping up. All right, next up is the line. So just like before, the line, we have to break down his barrier using as many bullets as possible, but he reflects our attack. He starts reflecting our attacks at us. As you can see, each panel that I hit with a shot starts shooting another bullet, and each further layer in gives even... The inner circles then have a different projectile, so that I get the orange ones from the middle layer and red orbs from the center layer. But I mean, there is an optimal way to just like charge up my shot and follow along with one spot to really speed this along, and that's the speedrun strat. But I'm just gonna keep it casual because I mean, it's not particularly hard to break down these walls. There we go. Single shot in the center phases him.
With experience comes perspective.
I find it interesting that this guy only has 4 HP bars as well. So this is where things get a little trickier usually. I'm prone to dying on this section, I know. I remember it giving me trouble in his base form too, I think. Maybe? I don't know, like... Oh my goodness, I am dashing the wrong way. But I don't know if the better option is to like charge shot or just spam shot here. But I think this is kind of a battle of attrition for me, I think, because for some reason it just does not mesh well with my brain. No, it's not. It's not exactly looking good, I agree. Okay. We can do this. Once it gets... So, the fight isn't over once this thing breaks either. Oh, well.
And thus the cycle ends. We shall meet again.
Okay, I am making this boss far more difficult than he needs to be. Maybe it is better to do a charge shot, and maybe I can parry... The perspective on these orbs is hard to follow for me. They kind of, like you can definitely strafe through them. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by that. Oh, goodness. Okay, maybe... Oh, geez, Kiwi. Okay. This is, like, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this, but, like, my brain does not want to process this properly. Alright. No.
Not this time.
Okay. This may be a phase where I just lose and then have to try again altogether. Unfortunate, but it's fine. I do think... Well, I think maybe I need to switch to char... Oh, my goodness, Kiwi. No. Alright, Kiwi. Maybe charge shots are the answer? I'm not sure. I know I do more DPS if I can prioritize the rapid fire, but... Okay. Alright.
Don't give up. Keep trying.
Well, whatever I was doing was definitely the wrong way to do it, so I'm gonna have to change up my strategy a little bit, I think. That's fine. That's our first proper loss so far in Furier, and I will say, like, it fits the line's kind of narrative. The line is basically making... I don't think I need to, like, stop talking for his dialogue anymore. We already heard it once, but basically... He is, like, intentionally making us fight against ourselves, pretty much, like, with this phase, and so, I don't know, I don't think that's as reflected in the first phase, but it kind of is, because when you hit his center pillar, that's what triggers the shockwaves to happen. So, I don't know.
With experience comes perspective.
I don't actually know where I'm going with this train of thought, but basically, we need to break this pillar. Maybe I'll try charge shots now, maybe, and maybe we'll have more success. Focus on dodging where possible, or a cheeky parry if not. But, yeah, so maybe that's the strategy. Okay, so focus on dashing and get one charge. Oh, God, I got clipped by the very edge of that. Darn it. Maybe just focus on getting, like, one charge shot in every time these things go in and out, like the orbs. I don't know why, but I'm genuinely... This is the phase that's gonna get me, I guess, Kiwi. Oh well. I need to hold the charge button instead of shooting, like aiming for... pardon me. I need to hold the charge shot first, because to use the charge shot, you have to do a combination of aiming and charging. And if you aim first, you'll automatically fire, which in most instances is fine, but here it triggers the pulse wave, so I need to be careful. All right, I think this is. I think I've got the motion now. Again, this isn't a guaranteed win because after I do all this, he then we have to do a fight with him, a close quarters combat. So I think he's mostly parry focused in that fight though. So I think I can do this. Certainly it'll give me a chance to heal, and we'll have to see. So one of the things that he gives you in this is he does give you a healing. He does spawn some green healing orbs sometimes. Oh shoot. See, there's an instance of where I aimed before I charged, and that cost me. Okay, we got it down. These things still are not guaranteed, but... Oh, green orbs, Kiwi, green orbs. I can get some HP. Please, 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 please. Okay, get that? Okay. He probably can still... Okay, I can probably still heal here. Okay. Oh, got clipped by that. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Got it. Okay. That's huge. Okay. Now I just have to focus on parrying and phasing him. Oh, he really delayed that first hit. Jeez. Okay. I'm ready for it this time. I'm focused. I can do this. Just dodge these. There are some more green orbs that I could heal off of, but I think I have to break them, and you can't shoot when time is paused like this. Alright. And they despawn when we get into the close quarters. This is fine, though. Alright. I'm ready. Oh! Oh, cheeky hit. Alright. I think we've got this, Kiwi. Especially if he keeps using this combo, I will heal more than he will damage me. I do kind of like his combo too, because he throws his, if you watch carefully, he throws his sword upward, and his third hit is actually the sword landing on top of you. Well, that was unideal, but at least it was only it was only 1 damage. That very well could have been 2 damage and ended the run. Alright, we got him. Next phase. Okay. Let's see what's next. Okay, more, oh, okay, this. That I can parry. Okay, so I think to be more easily able to dodge this, I have to be close, because the ring actually expands the further out it gets, so I think this is how we do it. We stay close and we just rapid fire and parry intermittently, or don't parry, that's fine. Well, I tried to parry, I timed it horrendously. Looks like I can... It looks like I can time the dash properly and dodge the orbs too, which makes me feel extra fancy because I'm dodging 2 things instead of 1. But I think I honestly think the parry is easier here. All right, almost done, and there we go. Okay, now we just have to do something similar to what we did last time. Let's see if he gives us any more green orbs again. He does. Excellent. Okay, that kind of trivializes this, honestly. Like most bosses in Furier, I wouldn't expect to like give you the free heals. All right, I really want to get more green orbs, but I think I'm going to take more damage trying to get to them than blocking his. Oh well. That was unfortunate. I dashed straight into that green or into that shot. Unfortunate. This is fine though. I think compared to the last phase, this is a lot easier for me to like mentally process. I don't know why I struggled so much. It wasn't even lasers, Kiwi. It was just shockwaves, which I know. Again, shockwaves and lasers are kind of a problem for me, but whatever. It's fine. We beat it. What is he actually doing standing up on those towers? Just kind of like hanging out. All right. Let's see if I can grab some green orbs this time before he starts attacking me. The charge shot is easier to get them because it lets me getting that, and then okay, good. We're in a much better spot this time. Well, that doesn't stop me from getting hit, I suppose. Okay, good. We got him. Okay. Dodge the block. Okay. Okay, we're good. And back in we go. Or not. Never mind. That was the lamest charged attack I've ever done. Probably not actually, but still. Didn't feel great. Alright, now we've got him. Anyway, I was saying, so if you watch his like 3-hit combo, he throws his sword up. Okay, maybe not here. Let's see. Does he do it here? No, he does not. Fancy combo. Alright. Well. Ooh, another parry into a... So, from what I've seen in the speedrunners don't actually take those opportunities. They use them to charge up their sword slash to do a bigger hit like this. But it's more fun. Wow, he attacks really fast. But I parry faster.
Breathe in. Focus.
Alright.
Let's bring an end to this.
Okay, Kiwi. This is going to be another dodge fiesta of bullet hell. I think we can manage, though. This looks like it... Again, we fought the Bernard. We didn't beat him yet, but... This pattern is just like that pattern from Bernard when he's in his third phase, so I've kind of already experienced it, which is kind of nice.
Joy in these last.
Oh, right, I remember this now. Ugh, okay. So I think if I recall, I had a much easier time if I took out the ones in the back first. For some reason, my brain processes how to dodge in the close, like in the, in kind of the 6 o'clock region of the screen. Oh, does he give green orbs? He does. Huh. All right, I'm not gonna complain about that. So basically, we need to knock, just like all his other phases that led up to things, we need to knock down every single one of his pillars. I do appreciate this one a bit more than compared to the other bosses, because it's actively it's pretty much a bullet hell when you put it on paper, but it entices you to you're actively fighting rather than just dodging. Like I enjoy the just dodging sections, but it is fun to like have to manage all of your abilities between dodging, parrying, and shooting. And then if technically I could also melee, but this does not seem like the right place to melee because I don't think our melee attacks will block or will destroy the projectiles. And even if it does, it puts us in range of being hit by them before we destroy them. So it's a little too risky. I am one hit from losing this though, so all bets are off whether I get this or not. Nope, okay.
And thus the cycle ends.
I guess I just forgot to dodge. Oops. All right. I think, like I said, maybe if I start from the back and work my way around would be better. I just kind of like was on autopilot there a little bit. I think the easiest way to dodge this is just to walk in circles and dodge. Thankfully, the outer barrier doesn't hurt you, because it certainly could if it wanted to. I guess. Oh gosh. Okay.
Seek joy in these last.
Alright, so I'm starting at the bottom, and rather, I guess I'll take this one out because I'm closer. I'll just work around from the bottom again, but like if I lose this phase, I'm definitely starting from the back. I've learned my lesson. Or I've learned my lesson once, and I haven't learned my lesson at all, Kiwi. What am I saying? The fact that I'm repeating the thing I said that actively makes it more difficult for me is part and parcel of the I did not actually learn my lesson. But at the very least, again, it does give us green orbs, which gives us a much better fighting chance. Alright, oop, okay, well, again, Shockwaves and Jeff go about as well together as Lasers and Jeff, although they probably go a little better together. I think I tend to handle Shockwaves slightly better, but not always. You know what, I think, honestly, Charge Shot works better here, doesn't it? Because it still does its damage, but the singular tiny shots get broken instantly when they collide with another shot. The Charge Shot pierces a bunch before it runs out of juice. So, alright. Assuming I get hit by a Shockwave and lose, my strategy for the next attempt is clear. Charge Shot plus start from the back ones and then work my way forward. I see a green orb. Do I go for it? I'm going for it. Okay. Okay, now we can survive an extra... Never mind. Kiwi. Kiwi. What is the point of having confidence if it's wasted? Okay. Alright.
And thus the cycle ends.
Alright. I have learned my lesson.
As the beginning.
Those were 2 deaths that were unnecessary because I knew what works for me and I actively chose not to employ them. Cheeky parry there just because I could. I don't really recommend parrying in this section just because it's hard to predict when those orbs are going to hit you, and they travel so slow that a bunch are going to like hone in on where you are at once, like there. So it's really easiest if you just kind of constantly go in a circle and then dash in to avoid the pulse. Alright, let's get to the back this time.
Seek joy in these last.
Or not. Okay. Maybe it's just I don't know, Kiwi. I don't learn. No, okay. You know what? No, I've learned. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to make the same mistake a second time. Let's take out the ones in the back first. Okay. And using charge shots to break bullets will make this a lot easier for me, I suspect. I'm accidentally hitting one from across the map, but hey, damn, it's not wasted damage. I'm not actually missing. I'm just hitting a different target than initially intended. I don't know if it's like, does this phase get any harder if you take out the pillars? It feels like there are fewer bullets, but also I am breaking a bunch of bullets by charging up the shot, so I'm not sure. But maybe the optimal strat is you can hit multiple pillars and get them low, so that he doesn't like get angrier at you. Okay, I took some unnecessary damage just for that health HP bar. Actually, I took 3 damage just to get 1 health back. Suboptimal, we'll say. All right, we're almost done with the back ones, which is good. Just keep using charge shots to break some of the bullets that will make this more difficult. And honestly, if the bullets are broken, the shockwaves aren't really that difficult to dodge. I'm bad. I'm just bad. That's all it is. Oops. Yeah, and it's a little tricky because I don't have this optimized. Like I have, I'm using default controls, so it is a little tricky to reposition, to aim, and then also reposition to dodge at the same time sometimes. Ugh. Okay, Jeff, focus. I'm gonna focus for a second, Kiwi, because I really don't want to have to refight this whole boss. Just because I can't do this well. All right, just one more pillar. Come on. I don't think we have a close quarters after this, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna go for this green orb because it doesn't look like things are over yet. Oh, he's gonna teleport in and yep. Okay, I'm ready for it. There we go. Okay, just had to parry him. We got him, Kiwi. All right, there we go. The first 3 bosses done. Well, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching. And if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one, where we take on the next round of bosses. See you then.